and they can go after schools of fish wherever they are, which is very different from a large ship, which is pretty hard to turn. It takes a lot of effort to turn a big ship. And so we're more like a collection of little boats. It's not very pretty, but it is pretty sturdy. It's fairly enduring. Let me see if we got, unlike, it's the enduring picture, that's what that's about. A few advantages of doing it this way as a facilitating organization of visionary. One is that it's vision driven by those that are called and are doing the vision. It's not hiring people to carry out my vision. It is versatile, so folks can grow their ministries in the directions that they feel called to go in. The funding base just keeps expanding. Linda has her own funding base, as do each one of the program directors. It demands that we reach out to new soil, new nutrients to fund the operation, which means that I don't have to raise money. I don't have to be the fundraiser for the organization. We all share that responsibility. Very entrepreneurial. That means if somebody's got a call and it just won't leave them alone, this may be a place to plug in and get administrative support and to support a fellow visionaries. And in the process, the ministry grows and becomes much more holistic. I would have never thought of working with seniors. I started with youth. Wouldn't have thought of housing, but we've got housing expertise that has come on to take us down that road. So it becomes a much more holistic approach to ministry. And of course, there is pretty good stability to it. There are some disadvantages. It's a little hard to make decisions sometimes. Consensus is harder to achieve than a hierarchical structure. And then to coordinate all those ministries and coordinate the fundraising and get the PR right, that's a little confusing at times. So it takes extra work. You don't have as much board ownership. The ownership is with the visionaries, the board supports, and so that can be a bit of a disadvantage. And it makes long-term planning a little harder because I don't know what Linda is going to do next. She just started a reading academy this last year, so it's hard to tell what's going to happen next. And if you've got leadership that has high control needs, this doesn't work very well. The kind of leadership that it takes is one that would facilitate rather than control. I turned the reins. Actually, the reins were coerced out of my hands by two young visionaries who took me out, pried me with wine, and said they wanted to take over the organization. I said I thought that was a good idea, and so they took over in January. I went on a little vacation, and when I got back, they changed the name of the organization. It's no longer Family of Ministries. It's an urban collective, whatever that is. And they changed the logo. So the organization is no longer Family Consultation Service. It's Focused Community Strategies, which actually is quite an improvement as far as that. Those new leaders of our organization will now take over now that they've given me due respect.